This tutorial is for 4th grade, Module 5, Lesson 32. In this lesson, we're going to find the difference between mixed numbers and fractions. In the first section, we'll subtract by using the number line as our model. Question A says 3 3/4 minus 1/4. If I look at my number line, there's a dot that tells me where I'm going to start. So this is the 3 3/4 point. From that, I need to subtract 1/4. All that means is I need to hop back 1/4. So I'll show that. And then all I have to do is figure out where I am on my number line. Well, here's 3 holes, and I'm 2/4 past the 3 holes. So that means I'm at the 3 2/4 mark. 3 3/4 minus 1/4 equals 3 2/4. So look at another example. Here I have 5 1/3 minus 2/3. Again, my dot shows me my starting point. Here's 5 1/3. Now I need to hop back 2 spaces or 2/3. So here's 1, here's 2. That's showing minus 2/3. And I have to figure out where I am on the number line. I'm at 4 holes and then 2 sections past that. Since I'm working with thirds in this problem, that shows me that I'm at 4 2/3. So 5 1/3 minus 2/3 equals 4 2/3. In this section, we're going to show how we can use number bonds to regroup when we need to subtract. The first problem shows 3 1/8 minus 3/8. If I start by subtracting my fractions, I need to take 3/8 away. But the fraction part of my mixed number is only 1/8. So I need to get some more eighths there so I can do that subtraction. 3 wholes could also be thought of as 2 8/8 because that 8/8 is the same as 1 whole. So that's how I'm going to decompose 3 1/8. I'm going to break it into 2 wholes, and then I'll take that 8/8 and combine it with the 1/8 that I started with to get 9/8. This will allow me to do the subtraction. Now instead of 3 1/8, I have 2 9/8. I can take 3/8 away from the 9/8 and I get 6/8. Since I'm not subtracting the whole number, I still have a 2 for my whole number. So 3 1/8 minus 3/8 equals 2 6/8. Let's look at problem B. Here I have 5 1/8 minus 7/8. For the fraction part of the subtraction, I can't do 1/8 minus 7/8. We're going to decompose the 5 so I can get more eighths in order to do that subtraction. We can think of 5 as the same thing as 4 8/8. The 8/8 make that whole. So when we decompose it, we will have 4 as our whole number. Now that 8/8 I'm going to combine with the 1/8 I already had. That gives me 4 9/8. Now I can do my subtraction. 4 9/8 minus 7/8. Subtract my fractions. 9/8 minus 7/8 is 2/8. And I keep my whole number because I haven't subtracted any whole numbers. So my final answer is 4 2/8. Let's look at a couple of more examples. Here I have 4 3/5 minus 4/5. If I need to take 4/5 away, I need to get more than 3/5 in that starting number. So let's take the 4 and we'll decompose it into 3 5/5. So that's the same thing as 4. So 3 becomes my whole number. I'll take that 5/5 and combine it with the 3/5 that I already had. That gives me 8/5. Now I can do my subtraction. 3 8/5 minus 4/5. Now I can subtract my fractions. 8/5 minus 4/5 is 4/5, and then I still have 3 as my whole number. Let's look at one more. 2 and 4/6 minus 5/6. Again, I need more 6 in my problem, so I'll take my 2 and decompose it into 1 and 6/6. So now my whole number is 1. I'll combine my 6/6 with the 4/6 for a total of 10/6. Now my subtraction problem is 1 and 10/6 minus 5/6. Subtract my fractions. 10/6 minus 5/6 equals 5/6. And then keep the 1 as my whole number. So 2 and 4/6 minus 5/6 equals 1 and 5/6. And you can see how being able to decompose those mixed numbers definitely helps us with this type of subtraction.